I am Kres.
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 Initially, the origin of Kres was really as a social group. Let me read to you from their first zapisnik, which is the minutes of the meeting. Kres je samostojno, nestrankarsko, mladinsko prosvetno društvo, which means Kres is an independent, nonpartisan, youth-oriented social club. And that's exactly how it began. I was very young when I saw them dance at the cultural gardens. Like all other Slovenian girls of immigrant parents, I was the product of a very strict, conservative, Catholic background. I was not allowed to go into American party groups. As a matter of fact, I was not allowed to go anywhere, except if it was a Slovenian organization, then that was okay. So, of course, everyone joined. Not only was that our outlet for creativity and fun, it was social hour for us. That's why I danced.
I didn't really get intrigued with the culture and traditions until I believe it was 1970, that I went to Europe. And at that time, there was no active Kres functioning. And I met with Mirko Ramosh. And Ramosh was the director of Model at that time. And there was just something about watching his organization perform and learning about really the roots of folklore that started that kind of, this is something that is really important and needs to be replicated if possible. Well, I think anything that has value, that has stayed for as many years as Kres has, and of course all the components of culture and tradition that are worthy of being carried forward, they're always kind of with us if we choose to continue them. It's not easy for them to find that relevancy that was, elemental 100 years ago to them, to our forefathers, grandparents, great-grandparents in some cases, to see where those connections are. And I think they're in the human being, emotions and all that. That's where the tradition can bind through that. I don't know how you can extract the two. And faith. Faith is the other piece that is so instrumental and integral to all of the customs that Kres would essentially, care about, because all of them were intertwined. It's so important to create these stories because we're human. We were human beings with all of these feelings and relationships 100 years ago, just like we are today. It's just the vehicles we use are very different.
I think kids today who are in Kres are there certainly for their creative outlet, but they're there also for socialization purposes. They're also blessed by their parents to go to something Slovenian. I think that it's very different from coming together to go to the beach or a party. You're there with a higher purpose. You're there with the intent to promote and give witness to what is dear to your heart, and that's your heritage, the traditions that you grew up with. Slovenians number only a few million, but we're a very proud race. And we're very proud of our heritage. And that's why I think kids go.
Kres is a dance group, but also friendship and love for music and dancing and your culture and heritage. As I teach the kids and have taught for all these past 20 years, I teach them to dance, I teach them the dance. It's up to them. There's more to it than just dancing. Meeting new friends, becoming friends, and looking back and having a great memory of how much fun you had. They learn the love for Kres as they see the passion and the desire from the flame that burns in my heart for Kres.
I would tell future dancers thinking about joining Kres that Kres is it's not just an organization, it's a family. It takes a lot of hard work. It's inconvenient at times to go to practices, to go through half of the dance, only to be told by the teacher that you have to start over from the beginning 10 more times because you have to polish some part of the dance or all of the dance, or that somebody needed to pull their skirt out farther, or that a guy lost his hat. It's tedious work. But when you are performing on stage, there's a feeling that you get, and it's addicting. It's important for Kres to continue on in the future because this is our heritage. This is where we came from. And if we ever lose it, it's like we're losing part of our identity.
I wish to Folklorna skupina Kres to continue because, as I said, it's a very important part of this community, and also I know that this year you are celebrating the 65th anniversary, but I'm 100% sure that you will be celebrating the centenary.
We are Kres.
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 We
We are Kres.
are Kres.